How profound is the concept of the Sabbath, and what significance does it hold in the Gospels? The Sabbath, a day of rest and worship, is a cornerstone of many religious traditions, but its interpretation and application have been the subject of many debates throughout history. A focal point of such debates is the observance of the Sabbath by Jesus Christ, as chronicled in the Gospels. In the Gospels, we find Jesus faithfully observing the Sabbath. He regularly attended the synagogue, teaching and engaging in spiritual discourse. Instances such as these can be found in Mark and Luke, where Jesus is depicted as a diligent observer of the Sabbath. However, the Gospels also recount instances where Jesus found himself in conflict with the Pharisees over the interpretation of Sabbath observance. Mark records two such instances. In the first, Jesus defended his disciples for plucking grain on the Sabbath, an activity the Pharisees interpreted as reaping, one of the 39 main tasks prohibited on the Sabbath. Jesus, however, cited scripture in his defense, pointing out that David broke the law by eating the bread of the presence and stating that the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. In another episode, Jesus healed a man with a withered hand on the Sabbath, an act that was generally permissible in the Pharisaic tradition only if life was in danger. Jesus posed a question to the Pharisees that effectively broadened this principle by permitting the doing of any good act on the Sabbath. Luke adds two more instances of Jesus healing on the Sabbath, while John includes two additional Sabbath healing episodes. In all these instances, Jesus argued that if animals could be tended and rescued on the Sabbath, humans could lawfully be healed as well. Despite these conflicts, it is important to note that Jesus never broke any regulations found in the Torah. He used Pharisaic methods of argument and agreed with the Pharisees on several points. The Pharisaic tradition itself was diverse and still developing, and Jesus' actions can be seen as an attempt to interpret and apply the law in a way that prioritized compassion and human need. In conclusion, the Gospels present a nuanced picture of Jesus' relationship with the Sabbath. On one hand, he was a faithful observer, attending synagogue and teaching. On the other, he was willing to challenge rigid interpretations of Sabbath law in favor of mercy and healing. Above all, Jesus affirmed that the Sabbath was made for the benefit of humanity and should serve as a day of rest, worship, and doing good.